Hello, I'm Dr. Gloria Horsley.
And I'm her daughter, Dr. Heidi Horsley.
Heidi and I want to welcome you to Open to Hope Conversations, the podcast.
We believe that the greatest gift you can give yourself after a loss is hope, using this moment to connect with others who have not only survived but thrived.
So let's get started. Welcome to the Open to Hope Show. I'm your host, Dr. Gloria Horsley, with my fiancé and co-host,
Dr. Frank Powers.
I founded the Open to Hope Foundation with a mission of helping people find hope after loss. That was due to my son passing away many years ago, but I am now widowed the past 3 years. So I've kind of moved into a whole new area of finding hope because there's a love factor connected with it and finding a partner again. So people who have lost a partner, this is going to be a great show for them today. After my husband passed away, I decided that I would write a book for widows. So I went online, Silver Singles, and there's this wonderful psychologist. We both have 40 years of experience in psychology. We now call ourselves dating doctors, the golden dating doctors now. So we have written a book together because I went online to find out about online dating to put in my book for widows. And I met Frank and I said, well, let's do a book together. So our book is now called Open to Love, The Secrets of Senior Dating. And it is going to be released on Valentine's Day, but you can pre-order it now if you go to our site, Dating Doctors. And I want you to know that all of the proceeds for the book will go to the Open to Hope Foundation, helping people find hope after loss and giving a voice to grief and recovery.
The Golden Bachelor began to come on ABC. And today we're very fortunate to have one of the participants in that to find out what her experience was.
Yeah. One of the things that interested us also when it came out was that Gerry, who is the Golden Bachelor, Gerry Turner, is a widower.
Yeah, I'm very curious to find out from her how people who are divorcees fared versus the people who had a similar experience to Gerry's.
Right. So that, and also how she's doing, how she's dating and what's going on. I want to introduce Renee. I mean, she's an actress, a writer. She has written 2 books. One of them is called Running Country Roads and Life Lessons Learned. It's a biography of her dad. And her dad is like 99 or something.
Yes, a professional football player.
Yes, and he also remarried at 85. So she may have some things to say.
My kind of guy.
And she also wrote the untold stories of the Chicago Honey Bears NFL cheerleaders. So that really sounds like a good one.
Let's hear from Renee.
All right. Hi, Renee. Glad to have you on the show today.
I'm so honored, an honor to meet the both of you, and congratulations on your engagement.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So tell us about how the heck did you get on the Golden Bachelor?
I felt like it was just a great opportunity to maybe find love, and why not? I wasn't doing well like on the dating sites, and things just weren't happening for me. So I thought, why not try the Golden Bachelor? And so it was a really long process. I don't know, a lot of people don't realize there were 34,000 applications. The process was, just to get through was amazing, just to get through all those interviews. And, I thought trying out for the Chicago Bear cheerleaders was hard, but this was crazy.
Do you think it was worth it? I mean, do you feel it was worth it to go through all of that?
Yes. Not, just maybe that I didn't find love with Gerry, but I found love with all the women. Like, I have all these friends now that are single, and that's a hard thing for me here. I moved to Middleton, Wisconsin from Chicago to be near my father, who's, we talked about 99 now. And I really didn't have a lot of friends or single friends. So all of a sudden now I have, 22 friends, and we're really close. We have this bond, and we text each other, and we're looking forward to a trip to New York. I'm really excited about that part of the show.
One of the things that we have found is that if you have support from people while you're doing this, it's so much easier and makes it so much more possible for you to stay with the process, even though sometimes the process may not always be fun. You can laugh and get through the process with your friends. And we call them dating buddies. We encourage everybody in the book to get dating buddy, because we found that people are much more likely to be successful if they have a support group.
Yeah.
That's a great point, and that's exactly how I felt when I was, I had to go home. I was devastated. I wasn't ready to go home. And the other girls, were there to support us.
Good.
And that was huge. So yeah, having support with
How
friends.
was the going home? Because one of the things that we talk about too is people feel rejected, but we like to say to them, hey, you're becoming an expert. Rather than seeing these kinds of letdowns as failures, they're things teaching you what you need to do next, what you want, what you don't want, that kind of thing.
I'm one of those believers that if things are meant to be, or not meant to be, that's how I kind of look at things. But it was like really hard going home. Nobody wants to go home, or we don't want to feel like rejection.
Have you dated anybody as a result of The Bachelor?
I have not dated yet. I came home and, I wasn't dating prior because I was in the middle of moving from one apartment to
And
another.
you take care of your
And
dad.
I was caretaking with my dad. That was my story basically, was I came home and my father had a fall. So he was rehabbing and living with me. So it's a little hard to date with your dad at home. My focus was on my father. And then the show came up. My application was out like a few years ago, but then COVID happened and the show didn't go on. So when it came up again, my father was the one that said, "You're taking care of everyone, Renee. You need to go." And I was like, cry. And he was the one that, wanted me to go and wanted me to have a chance to get out and do things. It will be okay here. I had a sick cat at home too. So I'm like, everything has to fall in place for me to leave. Everyone just stepped up to the plate, found the right people.
What is your take on it for yourself? Did it change you going and being in this situation? Or do you have any new thoughts about dating?
Yeah, it did change me. Like I said, going in front of, national TV in your 60s, if you're going to do that, then I can now get out and date and feel more comfortable about dating, and not, or before I would like kind of be really old fashioned. I want the guy to like pursue me and whatever. Like now I'm more open to like just start talking to somebody. I think that's given me confidence that there's a lot of people out there that are still looking for love and want to be with someone, share their day with. And, that's what I'm looking for is, and I think I'm much more confident now because of the show. Just knowing that I think it's hard for men and women to approach each other, and now I just feel like I can approach someone in a more like comfortable way, where before I was kind of shy, and I'd let opportunities pass by and let many opportunities pass by. And I don't think I'm going to do that anymore.
It sounds like it's given you a confidence that now you can reach out and it's okay to do that. Where when we were younger, that was not necessarily as acceptable.
Exactly. Yes. It really the show has really helped boost my confidence in that part and aspect, and just meeting all these other women in the same place of like just seeing how they handled it. And it's really fun. I think it's like dating can be fun. It doesn't have to be dreadful. Like I used to look at it as being really dreadful.
Absolutely. And it's a lot more fun if you have a dating buddy or two like you got through the Golden Bachelors.
Yeah.
We're really encouraging people in our book that get yourself a support group, get yourself a dating buddy or two or three, because it really makes it a lot more fun, a lot more enjoyable. And the happy moments are happier, and the sad moments, you get some support for that.
Mhm.
Right. And, and you can have a laugh or two if something doesn't work out. It's okay.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Just never
one
know
of the-
who you're going to meet.
It is a pioneer show because the cohort that's coming in, the World War II baby boomers, are a huge cohort right now. So
and people are
huge
living 30 years longer than he did in 1901.
Your dad's
I know. Look at my father.
He is an exception.
You
Exception.
Yes. Yep. Yeah.
Because-
And he actually did a little thing on my Instagram page. And I said, "Dad, do you think people at your age can still want to find love?" And he said, "Absolutely."
Absolutely.
It's
He did.
at any age.
Yes.
At 85, your dad found somebody to open his heart to. Amazing.
Yes. And I was happy because I didn't want him to be alone either. As much as I love my mother, she was beautiful. He didn't deserve to be alone.
Mhm.
No, and I don't think any of us do. That's one of the things that Gloria and I found. We were so happy, so much happier when we got together. And I didn't even realize I was unhappy. I was
Aw.
happy, but I didn't realize how much better it is when you have a partner. And I wish that for you. I hope that
Thank you.
you will
Thank
find.
you. That's what my father was hoping for me too. You know, he
You
doesn't
des-
want me to be alone.
Yes, you
Well,
deserve
one
it.
of the things that you brought up about the Golden Bachelor is how much time it took. I want to say in the book, we talk about the fact that dating does take time.
You have to make a space in
You
your
need
life
to
for it.
create a little space in your life. Some people even think you should create a space in your house.
I think
Maybe
so.
have
Sometimes
it
clearing
empty
out
or-
old things from past relationships is not a bad
Yeah.
idea.
Yeah, yeah. You know, we found also with people that once you sign up for a dating app like Silver Singles or
Your
whatever,
whole attitude changes.
yeah, when you
yes.
walk into a bar, you're looking around, you're saying your brain says, "I'm dating."
And you send out a different message, I think, at that point, because now you look at people differently. You look at them and say, I wonder if that person would be a good match for me.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, I'm not on any dating apps right now, but I should maybe take a look again.
Well, if you have any advice for somebody who has had a loss and is looking for a partner to divorce or death or whatever, what would it be?
Find your best friend. You know, find someone that honors, loves, and respects you, and doesn't, you know, you is someone that makes you feel good, brings you up, and not someone that brings you down. That's
Mhm.
that's not for me. That wouldn't be for me. I want to find, like my father, you know, someone that makes you feel good
Yeah.
and brings joy to your life, you know, brings joy.
Mhm.
And I think that's the most important thing in a partner these days is finding that best friend.
Absolutely.
And, you know, also feeling that you deserve it. I think there's so many people that don't feel like they really deserve it, and they do.
Yeah.
And there is somebody out there.
Well, there's a whole piece that we run into in counseling people, whatever, is saying, well, I've had my time. I shouldn't be greedy and want to have a connection again. And it's not greediness. It's really getting back into life. And people who have companion and have someone in their life actually live almost 7 years longer at an average. If you have
Wow.
yeah,
Makes a big difference.
and makes a huge difference.
And you're only looking for one when you get out there. Well, I want to congratulate you
Yes.
for having been picked to be on the Golden Bachelor. You're an amazing
Absolutely.
woman. And remember, for everybody, get out there and date. Do it now. So thank you again for being on the show, Renee.
Yes, you're
And
delightful. Good luck.
Thank you so much. It was really fun. And I can't wait to get your book.
you can find us at the Dating Doctors or the Golden Dating Doctors soon also. And yes. And Frank and I always want to remind you that if you've lost hope and are looking for love, please lean on ours until you find your own. And God bless.
Yes, thank you so much.
I'm Dr. Heidi Horsley. You have been listening to Open to Hope, the podcast. You can follow Open to Hope on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. To learn more, visit us at opentohope.com and go to Apple Podcasts to subscribe. I'm Dr. Gloria Horsley. Join us again next week for another Open to Hope conversation, where we invite you to lean on our hope until you find your own.